And God damn it!
Fuck cancer.
Yeah.
Fuck cancer.
You're welcome.
Fuck cancer. Yes. Welcome back for another episode of Efferia Unshattered, the Black Sheep. I am your dungeon master, Nerd Hala. When last we met, Zetish, care to give us a recap?
You know, after, post-traumatic stress responses and all that happened, it turns out that I was with Numi for a while and, something, might have happened with that. And I came back and people started attacking everybody. And I decided to start yeeting people, specifically Iliana, because I want answers to things. But, things kind of settled down after Tim worked his little bard magic stuff, voodoo, and
Bard
all
hard.
that. Bard hard.
Bard hard.
So de-escalated the situation, got things to calm down, got everybody to level with each other, type of thing. But also our good friend Isfan the Cheese Man, who made Zetish myself very happy for being alive and well and, taking care of himself rather well. Got to have some good cream pies, got to have some other desserts. It was a good time until we went into the water. And everybody but me got more trauma dumped on them. Flash forward a bit. We're back at camp. It's deserted. And now we're at the Stargrass tree with the druids.
You were still
Being
in
very mindful.
Yes, you are still in Norhala. You are now visiting with the Dryad of the World Tree.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, details.
Yeah. No worries. All right. And we had left off with you being approached by yet another red-headed elf. Gonzo, would you like to describe and introduce your character?
Yes. My name is Dorian Oakenshield. I am a sun elf. The red hair is permanent and not dyed.
You're a flame elf.
Flame elf, sorry. Flame elf, not sun elf. We watched too much
Too much Dragon Prince.
Dragon Prince.
Too much Dragon Prince. I wear a suit of armor made from the bark of trees and leaves. And I carry two long weapons on my back, usually a sword of some sort. I look very young. Skin is very nice and clean, but my eyes are weary and have shown age.
Relatable.
Yep.
All right.
Uldren, you're not related to this one, are you?
I look at it. Who are they pointing at?
They're talking to
second
Uldren.
Arapsis sees any red-haired elf, they just turn and ask Uldren if they're related to it. Like,
No.
which
I'm
usually
not
be
related.
followed by, "Are you going to kiss this one?"
Tim is stroking his chin and looking back and forth between Uldren and the new prison.
Uldren seeing another fucking red-headed elf in the short span that we've left the enclave has a hand on the hilt with one of his swords and just looks at Arapsis like, I don't know.
With your passive insight, Uldren, however, he poses no threat. As far as you can
Easy
tell.
there, black sheep. You're fine. Easy, black sheep.
I'm going to turn back to Uldren for a little bit. Mindful.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm
we were told
mindful.
that there were going to be certain people with this dryad, so we can at least assume that they themselves would not be unprotected. Yes?
And you look and you see 4 other individuals with almost identical armor, just in different shades. Like some of them are more green, some of them are more autumnal.
Mine is kind of like a autumn and gray.
Yeah,
at this point.
you see an orc, a sun elf, a dragonborn, and a dwarf. All in
Interesting.
similar armor. Standing guard.
So, black sheep, looks like Oh, Iliana, you got beat the hell up, didn't you?
Do I know you?
Oh, I know you very well. I know you more than you know anybody else here.
She looks at Uldren and then back at the flame elf.
So, did Synthorian kick y'all's ass again?
Now
Again?
Iliana's going for her sword.
I see that he stabbed you quite a few times and y'all were able to get away.
Well,
Or he got away.
stabbed her quite a few times, got hit quite a few times, and then got the fuck out, I believe.
Yeah,
Or else he was going to get stabbed a whole lot more.
I heard. I heard quite a bit that he was going to be doing that. I got a lot of noise about that from my scouts. So, are you having
Scouts.
problems with Dante? Oh, I mean, Synthorin? I mean, Malik? Or Tomlin? Which one do we want to go by?
Cindy Lou isn't very important. Now I'm curious
Oh.
what you mean by scouts.
Oh, I have scouts in Out the Woods that are watching. Like, I've known about y'all for a very long time.
Wonderful. I'm used
You
to
don't remember
that.
it, but that's okay.
At this point, I'm accustomed to people knowing more about me than I care to really have transpiring, but unfortunately, I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, I've known y'all pretty much almost some of y'all from childhood.
Who the hell are you?
Dorian Oakenshield.
I'd like you
Yeah.
all to
Paladin-
roll history checks. At disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
As if they're not going to
And
be
I
bad
know-
enough. Oh.
I'm gonna walk in front of him, just kind of like do a little pace back and forth, looking at him. Ooh, nice history check, Tim. And just looking him up and down and says, "Yeah, Iliana, Tomlin did a number on you. Been chasing that fucker for quite a while."
Look, I already have one person coming up claiming to be my father, so I'm afraid someone else is going to have to take this one.
I'm not your father.
Just turns and looks at
Whew, that's
Uldren
good.
slowly, with a perked eyebrow.
We've met my father.
He might be your father. Wait.
Have we?
Zetish.
Uldren turns to
Have
Dustin.
we?
Zetish. With that history check, their vase is vaguely familiar from a long time ago, perhaps in a battle?
I'm walking down Uldren and just looking at him as I'm walking back and forth. Not eyeballing, but checking him out. And do I notice that
Mhm.
Zetish has a peculiar look?
What's your passive perception? Or passive insight?
13.
Yeah. They're at least they've got kind of that squinty look, like.
I recognize this face, but I'm not sure exactly where from.
Oh, don't worry. As I walk up in front, I go, "You'll remember," and say the keyword remember.
And suddenly you remember a scene of a battle and you laying dying. And this face saving your life.
Oh shit. That was you.
And I turn away and start walking in the line and just smirk as I'm walking away. So you do remember. Dustin.
Apparently.
Poor Dustin. Still haven't been able to get the magic to get rid of those scars, I guess. I remember when you got those scars. Keyword.
And now you remember being left for dead and somebody stitching you up by traditional means.
That's how they got there.
I'll walk by Arapsis. Look Arapsis up and down. You need to eat more. Last time I fed you, you scarfed it down and didn't eat enough. You definitely need to remember to eat. Keyword.
And Arapsis, you vaguely remember this face peeking out of the bushes in the woods, or a voice drawing you in one direction or another towards food, water, when you were lost in the woods before you made it to Skaros' house.
I pass by Uldren, go to Iliana, and I go, you know, the reason why Tomlin Nightvale is such a dick is because of you. You gave him the gift. He's going to get revenge again if I don't find him first. Then I eyeball Uldren. Maybe you can use your knives that one time we left Hell. Because you remember that night, don't you? Keyword.
Hell, and you now have a vivid memory of your escape from Hell's Door, you and Nyman having an easier time getting out than you should have. And at one point, seeing this face fighting others ahead of you on your way out.
But that's okay. You all remember eventually. But I'm sure Nivek has some things that she would like to say. And then I'll go by Tim and go, just sing them a lullaby. They'll forget it eventually, but it's okay. Maybe a drink will help. Do you have any drinks?
He will actively snort at the joke, and then he'll go, well, actually, and he kind of reaches into his cloak and rummages around for a moment, and out of a pocket pulls another bottle of wine and 2 glasses.
I love it when we have food and drink. And then I'll stand back here by Tim. Iliana, you gotta be careful. He's gonna come back.
You think I don't know that?
This time he'll come back more powerful. You're gonna have to train really, 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 really hard. He's only 175 years old. So you might have a slight advantage.
She rolls her eyes and turns her gaze back to Nivek, who steps forward, their gaze sweeping over the party. There's a hint of sadness to their voice. How you all fit together. It's a tapestry woven with the threads of destiny, some bright, some shadowed. Let's begin, shall we? She turns to Arapsis. Arapsis, the abyssal prodigy, prince of darkness, destined, some would say, to drown Efferia in darkness and despair, Rathasos proxy in the mortal realm. Their eyes searching yours. The tortured soul, the lost and the found. But which are you, Arapsis? Or perhaps both?
I would say that this would describe that realm, would it not? I believe that's already come to pass. Darkness, despair. They kind of reach down and grab the somewhat dead detriment on the ground, and they kind of smash it in their hand as they stand back up. I think that's already been achieved. And it's not really my doing. Just the misguided touches of someone who believes themselves to be doing that sort of thing. But not really my name.
You watch as Nivek kind of chuckles a little bit, and you almost hear like their bark-like skin kind of crack a little bit with the motion. You also notice that the hold on, where is the art? I got this, I promise. Aha! There we go. There's Nivek. The like golden light that seems to be emanating from inside them kind of flickers and wanes periodically as they're speaking. She turns to Zetish. Zetish, scion of Astarion, the Lightbringer. Prophesied to destroy, or perhaps stop, the abyssal prodigy. Her gaze is steady on at you, Zetish, perhaps even a little challenging. A soldier, a survivor, a source of hope in times of darkness. But hope can waver, especially when the sun is veiled. Do you feel that hope, Zetish? Can you truly embody the light when Asterion slumbers?
I hope I can. I'm still trying to sort that out. But I'm willing to meet the challenge.
Can I pass out gifts?
Not yet, Dorian.
Sarah!
Uldren,
Can't
as you
wait.
shift slightly, Navex turns their attention to you. Uldren Emethiel, the unseen guardian. The pragmatic one. And suddenly, you hear footsteps coming from behind you, four sets, as four more, flame elves enter the area. You immediately recognize one of these as a particular relative of Uldren's.
Of course.
So see, the last time we saw that one, you did kiss them.
One of the females goes, Nivek, we must... Nivek raises a hand, silencing her. Patience, Anya. This is crucial. Nivek turns back to the group and a flicker of amusement in their eyes. Wait, now where was I? Ah, yes! Turns to Dustin. Dustin Fuller. Death dealer. Gambler of souls. Your luck is a fickle mistress, but your aim is true.
I mean, better lucky than dead, right?
Something like that. And she kind of looks around, eyes scanning over the group. Her tone turns a bit more somber. Boars. Druid of Efferia. Healer of Stargrasp. Gone. I should have liked to have seen my friend one last time. You would think you would have normally been at odds, at each other's throats, considering your backgrounds, who you have come to be, who you will eventually become, each with opposing fates, yet here you are. Spreads her arms slightly, gesturing to the entire group. You are survivors. A band of misfit adventurers turned found family now attempting to grapple with the ramifications of your actions. Loving, supporting, fighting, and killing for one another, without question. Steps a little bit closer. It's almost as if fate played its part to turn what would have been enemies into family. Her expression softens a bit. That was Wenrish's part. His doing. But Razathoth's plots are many and varied. Some are overt, and some are much more subtle and sinister. Azura's birth set a chaotic ripple through existence. I suspect there isn't any sure way of knowing that is either Hirsam's or Razathoth's doing. But whomever the culprit be, Azura's birth changed everything. Her eyes gleam with an unsettling light. And now, everything is up in the air. She begins to circle the group slowly. Fate transpired, schemed, connived to make you all happen, to bring you together for millennia. Getting the timing just so to bring you to your purpose. From our perspective. Finally stops. To return correctly the Necronomicon to Efferia, and sealing it behind the 7 seals in the bowels of Hell's Door. And now, after Azura's fall to darkness, who knows what Razathoth's real play is? You may blame yourselves for your hand in Azura's fall, but that was her own choice. Perhaps fate deemed it so. But here we are. Dorian, if you would please.
What do I get to do now?
The gifts, please.
Oh, okay. I'm over here drinking too much with Tim. I'm sorry. I give my glass back to Tim. Sorry.
Tim looks guilty, like the kids in the back that were passing notes. Oops, sorry. Yeah. He downs the wine and puts the glass away.
I'll walk over and where's our chest located at? Where are they?
You find it
It's
eventually.
usually above the navel.
I go over to a chest, I open it up, and slowly bring out gifts for each person. I will let Nivek describe these gifts to you, but this is so you remember that I never forgot about you, and these are going to help you because we've got a lot of training to do. I'll walk over to the chest, pick up the items, hand them to Zetish. Nivek?
Nivek holds up the first thing, which looks like your average messenger bag. Leather. However, she opens it up and reaches inside and starts pulling out a myriad of items. First, to Arapsis, she hands a ring and a lantern. To Dustin, a ring and a deck of cards.
I go, we'll play with that later, because I know you like a good gamble, sir.
Zetish, a great sword. with a
Tim
gold
has his fingers crossed in the back, and he's going, please be wine, please be wine, please be wine, please be wine.
It's
with a gold hilt.
My eyes just light up.
Oh, it does that. I walk up and go, we'll do some training with that later. I've got something special for you.
And for Uldren, a very fine set of hide armor.
As I pass it over, I go, hopefully you won't get hit as much this time. Wear this and take care of it.
That's good for sneaking.
I will.
All right. So, Arapsis, you can add a ring of amity and a lantern of tracking undead. Dustin, you have a ring of jumping and a card sharp stick.
Card sharp or card shark? Puh with a puh. Gotcha.
Yep. Zetish, you have a Holy Avenger greatsword. And
Still not wine.
wait for it. Uldren, you have hide of the Feral Guardian, exalted.
I'm sorry, what?
Hide of the Feral Guardian armor, exalted.
Oh yeah, no, that I got. It's the last spot I was confused about.
Exalted.
Okay.
And then she pulls 3 bottles of wine out of the bag.
Yes!
And hands them to Tim.
Yeah! Tim is pumped. He is like doing flexes in the back.
and a nice pan flute.
Oh, pretty. You've never seen Tim like lose his shit. There's wine and a new instrument. Yay.
If you play the pan flute, birds start circling around you.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Okay.
No.
Close to you.
You go too long, I'll start fucking harmonizing. We'll do this shit.
Oh, it can happen. We just gotta watch out for DMCA strikes.
Right?
I'll walk up back to the front after passing
So,
everything out, and I'll look at.
And then whoever wants the bag of holding gets the bag of holding.
Uldren should take the bag of holding because he's the one that's been carrying all of our stuff.
Okay.
Okay. You now have
I
a
feel
bag
like
of
you're
holding.
the one who likes to constantly worry about what's in the bag, so maybe you should carry it.
What's in the bag? What's in the fucking bag?
Speaking of what's in the bag, Navek is eyeing your bag very suspiciously, Arapsis.
Well, I thought that I might have something that might help here. Though I might imagine it to be small, auspicious, magical nature of things, I don't entirely know. But I brought a piece of an archfey with myself. One that is filled with my own promise to protect.
And what is your intention with such an item?
Well, bioluminescent mushrooms themselves are a little resistant to all of this. They don't need a lot of light, you see. I hoped that that sort of thing might help, at the very least, reinforce the world tree. It might help I thought someone like you might be able to help propagate that sort of thing, help add its protection to it all.
My powers are not quite as they used to be, you see. As the eclipse has persisted, whatever sickness, rot, corruption grows within Stargrasp has been affecting me as well. My powers have grown weaker over time, and as has my body, as you can see, as she kind of lifts an arm and you watch as like some of the bark kind of flakes off. If you think such a thing could restore it, I would be eternally grateful.
I believe at the very least it could help reinforce. While we try and find the rest of the Necronomicon, or at least a copy, to be able to end this moon business.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be going to that because after we're done here celebrating, drinking, and getting gifts, we're heading to Guildglen Keep. Morvek needs a visit from us.
Yes, that is entirely where I plan to go next. That is our short detour I spoke of. It's imperative to get the copy of the book, at the very least, so that we know what we can do to stop this while we get the real copy.
And they'll reach in their bag and pull out the vial that holds the luminescent spore from Lumina and goes,
But this is where I intended this to be.
Nivek looks at it, kind of tilts her head side to side, looking at it from various angles. I'm not sure I've seen such a thing in my life. Wondrous thing. This may do more than anything we've tried yet. At the very least,
Well,
it can't hurt.
At the very least, it's, well, the one thing besides that one in the back that we got for our short 15-year detour, so, yeah. Hopefully, it helps to a degree. I want to have done something that mattered in this.
You will. You will. All of you will.
Like I said, if Morvik follows through, we're definitely going to go find Roland. So, and I turned back to Nivek. Can we drink now? Can we eat? Can we drink? Can we dance? Tim.
Yes!
Tim.
Yes!
Tim.
Please!
Tim.
Tim pulls the wine back out. Now
Tim.
we're talking. He goes ahead and he sets the wine glasses and the half bottle of wine down, and he continues playing "Don't Stop Believing," so that the
But-
birds fly overhead.
You know, funny choice of words and all of that. I did have one silly little question. Can you teach an elf to pray to the moon?
She gestures to the 4 flame elves behind you. I think that would be more their territory.
Well, Uldren, I believe it's family reunion time.
Yeah, I kind of sent word ahead.
Thanks for last night. It was wonderful. See you in a few.
You're welcome, I guess.
Tim suddenly shifts songs. Our house is a very, very, very fun house.
All right,
After that, it's the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Sorry.
Oh
Little
no!
boy blue and the man and the moon. When you're coming
We're
home,
coming
son, I
home,
don't
son, I
know
don't
when.
know
But
when.
we'll get together then.
Oh god! Oh, I can't take you guys anywhere. Oh,
You're the
all
one who
right.
invited me.
I know. I'm aware. All right, you are all free to kind of explore around, talk to people, talk to each other.
Tim sets up his cheese that he got from our dear friend, and one of these bottles of wine and the glasses. Sorry, we're down to 2 glasses. 2 of them broke back at the other camp. But he has bottles of wine, and people can share glasses if they're not concerned about germs. And he will sit and play music and just chill for a while.
Iliana
I will
leans
look at
into.
my sentinels.
Oh, I was gonna say
Go ahead.
Iliana leans into Uldren and goes, "So which one's your cousin?"
I point at Julian. That's the one. And I'm well aware it doesn't make it any better, but it wasn't a kiss, it was a lick. Also, he was a frog.
And this is my other cousin, Daryl.
You don't. Hey. No.
To summarize it in 2 words, face it.
Right. Right.
You know, you don't have to give the additional details. That's a
You keep
choice you're
saying-
making.
You keep telling everyone I kissed my cousin. I think it's a very important distinction. I did not know it was a relative, and also it was a frog.
That you were licking.
Dustin didn't want to lick the frog that the Fae gave away. Someone had to do
The
it.
frog.
Always lick the frog.
Yeah. Otherwise, you end up upside down in a tree.
Well, you see, choices were made, and you made that choice. And that's why we're here today.
See, life is unfair. You kill 100 bandits, and are you called the bandit killer? No, but you lick 1 frog. And from then on, it's frog licker this and frog licker that.
I dismiss the sentinels and
Okay.
say that they can go about whatever they want. Then I walk over to Zetish.
Yes.
Want to play with that sword? And a big old shit-eating grin on my face.
I think that's a bit of a redundant question, but yes.
Okay.
Real quick though, before we get into this, I have a question for Nivik. And so I'm just gonna scoot my way on over to Nivik real quick. I'll be back. Don't worry, Dorian.
And I'm going to
Nivik,
say I'm sitting on that rock.
I need to know I'm on the right path.
Nivek.
You're
Oops, sorry, go ahead.
you're wise. I respect your wisdom. What do I need to do?
Scion of Asterion. To truly understand the light you wield, you must connect with its source, though its numbers now. She extends a hand towards you. This will be a journey of the spirit. Your body will remain here, but your essence will reach for the realm of light. As Nivek's hand touches your forehead, a surge of energy flows through your body, Zetish. Your eyes flutter and your body goes limp as your consciousness departs. Give me a wisdom check, please.
She hit that third eye.
Yup.
Like the old one.
Yes,
just
she
like,
did.
Boom!
Boom! You find yourself in a realm bathed with a soft golden light, dimmer than you expected, yet still undeniably divine. The light seems to pulse gently like a heart beating faintly. Instead of a distinct figure, you perceive a presence, a vast, powerful warmth that permeates the realm. Give me an Arcana check. You're pretty sure that this is Astarion, though his form is indistinct, his power muted, likely because he's slumbering. What do you do? Do you say anything?
Tell me what the fuck to do.
A voice, not quite a sound, but more a feeling of thought, resonates within your being. It's a fragment of Astarion's consciousness, reaching out despite his slumber. Scion of my light, the voice whispers, tinged with weariness. The darkness encroaches and my strength wanes. But even in slumber, my light endures within you. You must be the dawn. The warmth intensifies slightly, and Astarion's voice resonates more clearly. Your purpose, child, is not merely to wield power, but to be a beacon of hope. My light is not just fiery strength, but also compassion, resilience, and unwavering courage. These are the weapons that will pierce the deepest shadows. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. Visions swirl around you, Zetish. You see images of people suffering, but also acts of kindness and sacrifice. You see the encroaching darkness of Infernia, but also the enduring light in the hearts of Efferia's defenders. How do you react to these images? How do they make you feel?
I'm terrified for those that I can't help, but am relieved to see that there's still some good in the world.
The blood moon has weakened me, his voice continues, but it cannot extinguish the light that resides within you. You are my legacy, Zetish. You must carry the torch until the dawn breaks. Astarion's presence envelops you in a comforting embrace, almost as if being wrapped in his wings. Strength is not the absence of fear, but the courage to act despite it. Remember the values I embody: truth, justice, and compassion. Let these guide your actions, and you will find the strength that you need. The visions begin to fade and Astarion's voice softens. Now go. Efferia needs you. Be the dawn. And as quickly as it began, the visions fade. You gasp as you snap back into your body, your eyes flying open, and Nivek is there steadying you. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
I think I'm all right.
You do not throw up.
I held down breakfast. Hell yeah. The pies did not get wasted.
Don't waste the cream pie.
There's one thing Zetish never does.
Thank you for that, Nivik. That's what I needed.
You're welcome,
Does Tim
child.
see? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Does Tim see her kind of snap back?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Yes.
He cuts a piece off of the wheel of cheese and walks it over to her. Maybe a snack might be in order for you. And he hands her a big chunk of cheese.
The day I turn down a snack is the day you need to worry.
Okay. It looked intense.
Ow.
You okay?
I feel better,
Good.
actually. And I know what I need to do now.
Excellent.
And you kind of see a fire burn in their eyes with more determination and resolve than normal.
Zetish, give me a perception check.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I got nothing.
Why you ever gotta ask us to do something like that?
I'm not
Never
the
goes
perceptive
well.
one. Mm-mm.
Even when she asked the perceptive ones, we got a 10.
Uldren,
And she's always
Uldren and
left with us going,
Arapsis, you would
"Arr."
notice that shortly after Zetish snapped back to reality, the color of their
Oops,
wings
there goes
started...
gravity.
You got one this time, congratulations. Take a point of inspiration, you fucker. As Zetish snaps back, the color of their wings start to shift. They've been this like translucent crystal, almost a diamond up to this point, and you notice that towards the edges of the wings starts to fill with like a sort of golden orange tone to it.
Well, it seems you've found something you were looking for.
Guidance goes a long way. Wouldn't you agree?
I feel like maybe mine's been a bit more introspective than yours, Ben. Just a little bit.
But maybe that's how we balance each other as well.
Maybe you're right.
Oh.
Nivik, I had a question for you in all of this, though.
Yes.
In everything you speak of Razathoth's machinations, the plans, the plots, I can't help but wonder something.
And what is that?
Well, in all of this, he's made people feel what he's been forced to feel for so long. He's been forced to be alone without any of his brethren for so long. And now they've been forced to sit alone as well. So after all of this, the angry machinations of one who might just wish for the touch of family, maybe all of this is a grudge that all of us cannot even remember. Then why in the end? Cannot just an ounce of support perhaps try to end it instead of death, bloodshed, and more hatred?
I'm not sure anyone's ever looked at it that way before. Sympathy for the devil and all.
Funny how that works out. They just grin.
Arapsis, it's around this time that you notice something moving inside your bag.
That would be discerning. Just a little bit. Would probably drop the bag.
As you do, a large black squirrel comes scurrying out of it, carrying what you know to be as Bakran's journal, and brings it to Devek. It climbs up her staff and perches on top of it and hands her the book. And she looks it over. Kind of smells it. And is just looking, like, she doesn't open it at all, but just is staring at this book. How long have you had this?
Well, since my disposition has changed.
This is how she is tracking you. It has her scent all over it.
Rapsis looks at Uldren. Since Uldren had it before them.
I had no idea.
So we burn it with fire, right?
Not in the river this time.
Well, that actually is a much better idea, I think, Dustin. No. Think about this one for a moment.
Ooh.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, misdirection.
There you go.
Well, the other thing
Why
is,
burn the book when we can send it somewhere else?
it could simply even be within a bag of holding.
No. Nothing she might know. That's the fun. Nothing that makes it disappear. Nothing that makes it questionable. Only showing. That's the point.
Tim comes
Now,
over. Can I see this book? What is
what
this?
sort of fox hunt can we do?
Would they let Tim see the book? Nerd, you're on mute.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay.
Fuck! Yeah, she hands it right over.
I look at the book. What does it look like?
It is a leather hand-bound journal.
He flips it open. Random page.
Oh god. Now I gotta go to a completely different set of notes.
The notes on the
Toyota,
notes.
it's porn.
I just need the gist of the journal.
Yeah, no, there's
Lots
a
of jizz.
lots of bitching and lots of sex. Like, a lot of sex.
No. Well, just take this. No, I'm just kidding. He'll flip around and make sure that that's all it is. In particular, he's looking to check if there's any kind of magical work being done in here.
Okay. Yeah, Tim, you would know that this is something that someone could easily use a locate object or scrying spell on.
Mm-hmm. It is certainly distinct. He gives it a sniff. And then hands it back over. Very interesting. That
Yeah.
wouldn't be too hard to attach to something. I hate to suggest an animal without the animal's consent, but that could be very funny to send her on a literal fox hunt.
Ooh, wild goose chase. We can make it literal. Oh.
Navek summons a goose. There, hold on, let me get art. Now I need a freaking goose.
The fun thing
You're
about
welcome.
this, geese can fly.
Of you are dealing with this. I'm going back over to Dorian, and we're going to talk swords.
Apparently I don't have any geese.
That's always how you open up. isn't it?
Shocking.
I'll just put a bird in there.
We need to step to the side a little bit, Zetish. Just over there, just a little bit.
I'm going to follow your lead.
Right here. I'm gonna tell Thorin and Ray and Eldrin and all them, kind of move away. Move away. A little
Hold
bit
on.
more. A little bit more.
Oh, there's a goose. Haha, there's a goose. There you go. There's a goose. Have a goose.
I throw down the arena pebble that we talked about
Okay.
and
Thank you.
go creates this huge bubble around us. Nobody can get in and nobody can get out. And all damage you do to me is all phantom damage. All damage I do to you is phantom damage. I got a big old shit-eating grin.
Welcome to the mirror dimension, bitches.
Let's fucking go. Hell yes.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So yeah, feel free to fight it out.
We don't need another hero. Boom, 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 boom.
Initiative.
Oh, hold on. Let me get the.
Oh, we tie. We doing?
Who's got the higher
bonus?
dex? Yeah.
20.
And it's you.
All right.
I just pull out both my swords and go, come on, hit me. Hit me.
I'm pulling out the new Holy Avenger Greatsword, and we're gonna be having a good old time with that.
All right.
And charge in. That was a 21.
I do my reactionary bonus and give +5 to my armor, and you miss.
That's rude.
You swing at me, and I take the sword, and it comes in and it flames up. I just kind of like whip it to the side and go, "Is that it?" And I go over here to by Dustin. I go, "That's it? That's all you can do? You're a barbarian. Shouldn't you be pissed off?"
Bonus action rage. Because fuck
Into a
you.
bloodthirsty
That's it.
And we are wailing on your ass.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
How's a 28 natural 20, bitch?
Natural 20, so a crit.
Yep.
Okay. The crit does not happen. I'm immune to critical damage.
Fuck you.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. I forgot I gave you that armor.
Yep. So I'm not a fiend. So 9.
9. You know what? I'll take 9.
I'll take that 9.
And then I get a second attack, so I'm wailing on your ass again.
Like, and that's it. Only it didn't even hit my armor. I barely did anything.
This time it glances off the armor. You got a little too cocky with that first swing.
Yeah.
I'll back up again. That way she has to move. I'm like,
They
come
still
on.
have graze?
Yes.
Every
So
time
you
you
still
do not
do
hit-
7 damage.
Correct. There you go.
Yeah. Charging in.
You just cut a few
Smack
leaves
you.
off his armor.
Come on. Come on. Do something.
It's a 20 to hit.
I will use a reaction and go to 24.
All right.
And keep going. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's 24. Come on. Hit me.
Hit shit.
Hit me like you mean it.
I'm gonna give you
An
advantage on
ability
this
that allows
next
you to do
one.
that. She,
Well, I don't
she
need
can actually
to.
automatically do that. She goes aggressive and she can get advantage attacks.
Nice.
Oh.
Come
Also,
on.
it was they.
They. Come on.
But I got another critical.
And then a
But
14 again.
Yeah.
come on. You can do better than that. I will use my action this time. And I will Misty Step. Over here.
Okay.
And let's actually go here since it's 30. Come on. Come on. Use that run. Come on. You're pissed off. Or are you a pussy?
Why don't you shut your whore mouth? I'm gonna fly up and smack you.
Do it.
Ooh.
Miss. Miss.
Just ducks out of the way back.
Can't hit shit tonight.
I'm going to use action, go back over here. Look at Dustin through the bubble going, she can't hit me. She can't hit me. She
They.
can't hit me. You're next, Dustin. You're next.
They. Zetish is they.
They can't hit me. You gotta come over.
I got a
come
dick
over.
bigger than yours. Fuck you.
You gotta come over to me. There you go.
Oh no! See, that brings up the dead Kennedys. Like that. That's not TOS friendly.
Does
You
a
take a
25 hit?
25 does hit.
Finally. And you knock Dorian back onto his butt. You
Take
are...
that, motherfucker.
Are we done? Are we done? Is that it?
That's enough, Dorian.
I didn't even get to introduce Coda. That's not fair. I'll pick up the pebble.
Coda?
We'll see. Yeah, they smirk. Dustin, you want to play? Dustin, you want to play? Dustin.
What are we playing?
Hit me.
Pick up sticks. Tiddlywinks.
So, I have to ask for clarification. Do you want me to hit you, or do you want me to try and shoot you?
Oh, whatever.
Which do you
Just
prefer?
do it. Just do it. I throw the pebble back down and go, move, Zetish! You're gonna get hit!
Yeet.
Meanwhile, we're looking for something to tie this book to a goose. Does anybody
I'm
have
over
any
here.
string?
We're over here dueling.
N-
Dustin, did you convert yourself over to 2024? Just curious.
There's no gunslinger in 2024 yet.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they could figure out something.
Yeah, they
Okay.
will eventually, but
Yeah.
Tim, Navek Druid crafts some vines, some thin vines that you can use to tie the book to the goose.
And have you had a word with the goose? The goose is okay with this.
Oh, the goose is just fine.
Good goose. He pets the goose.
Is it a silly goose?
It is a silly, silly goose, and he goes ahead and he ties the book up first before tying it around the chest area of the goose so that it doesn't impede its wing movement or neck movement at all.
All right.
Perhaps is something like this?
Why, yes. Now, if we can send it... Oh, I don't know. What's the exact opposite direction?
Down?
Windvale, perhaps? Abyssum? Othlin?
That
Well,
way.
Let's...
Offland to the
let's
north?
make it...
East?
Let's be sensible, though. You have to do something that she at least expects you to do. So what if we send it to Milladrin?
I'm not so sure about that idea.
Isn't that where Uldren's kid is?
Yes.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Isn't that where we believe the Queen to be?
Not as far as I'm aware, Iliana speaks up. Last I
One of the
knew...
most well-guarded places, though. Where would be safe? All the places
we
you
want-
spoke of, how would they be any better?
And do we want the goose to give Bechdel a look at the defenses?
It doesn't do that. It just tracks a location. She knows where it is. She'll think it's us. That's the point. We can't send it to just some sort of nonsensical location. We have to send it someplace that it would make sense for us to go. That way, the ruse is continued.
Well, we've spoken of Sorrow's Bend, and that's where the blood person guy is. Whatever he was supposed to be.
Well, yes, but isn't Sorrow's Bend on the way?
To the big map!
That's what, because I'm looking at the big map. Because it's in the world info.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but that one isn't drawn
Yeah,
on.
because see, the pink line is the one that Arapsis had kind of theorized to begin with. So, as we
It's on the
stand,
way, but what if we just travel with the goose to Sorrow's Bend and leave it there while we keep going and don't stop at Sorrow's Bend?
What is Venmar?
It works better if you're unmuted.
What? Sorry, I
It's a,
couldn't hear that.
it's a moon elf outpost.
Yeah, the crescent kind of headed northwest from where we were. That looks northwest to me.
Well, that it does.
What about sending it someplace that they've already attacked? Make them think that we're going back to check on them.
That is kind of what I was thinking, actually.
You did recently have visions of places that you've been that were damaged.
Well, it's not just that. There was the first attack.
In the swamp.
A place we thought maybe to revisit again. Perhaps after this attack, we decided it was more important.
That could make sense.
The goose salutes.
The deepest.
Right. There it is.
The Goose part of the Honk Legion or something?
Yep. They worship
Thanks, Daddy.
He did it.
lies and slander.
I didn't know that's what that button did.
Now you know.
That's what she said.
Anyway.
I thought you said, "Stop it. Get some help."
I did.
That too.
I did in fact say that.
Both?
Both.
Both is good.
Both is good.
Both is good. Touche bulba. Anyway.
Well, then I believe that is a plan. The goose goes to the swamps of sorrow.
Right. All right. Off it goes then. And you watch as the goose kind of takes off up into the sky. with a little like book backpack.
Just make sure it doesn't go too fast. If we get there too quickly, it'll be suspicious.
Well, but imagine how fast we were traveling by river. Faster than walk.
You would probably all notice Tim is scribbling something on a piece of paper. Just want to
Free
get this
if I
down
land,
before I forget all
Two
the
of my
scenes.
goose.
She wrote some good stuff in there. I just, I'm working on my play.
Well, make sure to get the vagina topiary in there just right.
Oh, that's good. Vagina topiary. Yes.
It is about this time, Uldren, you notice the bear coming from another direction.
Is that one of the bears we know?
No.
Ah, it's walking backwards.
I can't turn it!
Walking in!
His name
There
is
it
Michael,
goes. Moonwalk.
and he moonwalks. It is, after all, a full.
He comes up and immediately starts, like, sniffing you guys.
I obviously think he's here for Zetish.
Okay.
I want to pet it.
Roll me animal handling.
Pet the dog.
Can I pet that dog?
I'm gonna pet that
Now
dog.
pet that dog. You slap the bear.
It's more of a pet, and it just kind of goes. It's not aggressive, but it definitely didn't take kindly to that.
Hi, bear.
Dorian, are you gonna say anything about the bear?
Is it Coda?
Yes.
Coda! Leave him alone.
I turn back to Dorian. Coda?
Leave my steed alone. He's just sniffing.
I love him. What are you talking about?
Ooh. I look over at Coda. Come back over here, and I go, what?
Oh.
You moving? Get over here! No!
Dorian, does this make you keen-eye?
What's
No.
in your mouth?
With your best friend, Bucky?
Want to go for a run, Coda? Want to go for a run? You can choose one person, and you can go play for a little bit.
And he grabs Uldren by the back of his armor and starts running. Uldren, make me a strength check to not get grappled by the bear.
Yeet.
Can I just misty step out of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Way to go, Kinos.
Yeah, the second I get grabbed, I just... No? Just... No, thank you.
He starts just looking around for anybody else that he can pick up.
I point at Zetish.
Code wants a friend to play with, okay? Why are you afraid, Uldren?
When have you ever been against a bear that wanted two?
Coda, over here. He'll cut some cheese and throw it. Catch. He starts cutting more cheese and tossing it for Coda to chase and have snacks.
He grabs it with his paws and shoves it in his face.
Everybody loves snacks. Here you go. And he'll just keep doing it.
Yep, nope, he's totally just sitting on his butt like a circus bear now and just eating cheese.
Perfect.
I'll come back to the group and kind of like give a knowing nod to Iliana and kind of like look back to the rest, and I think I should go talk to them, pointing at the flame elves.
She squeezes your hand and just goes, I'll be right here. Alright.
As I pass by Dustin, I'm gonna extend a hand to shake it, like to shake his hand.
And he'll accept. Extend his hand out.
Could I get advantage on the sleight of hand roll?
Yes.
Tutorial thing?
Yes.
Okay. Come on. Okay.
Not that you needed it.
Apparently
Sure.
not. But yeah, I'll just like shake his hand and kind of like tap his shoulder and like I know that we can all count on you if things go wrong. And sometimes you might need a bit of a boost for that. And when Uldren takes his hand away to walk to the flame elves, there's a bullet. There's a silver bullet in Dustin's hand.
Be your number one with a bullet. A loaded gun.
Roll me
I don't know
investigation.
if there's
Roll me
technically-
roll me investigation, Dustin.
All right.
Going down in it. We're going down swinging.
Dustin.
The hell's this?
Silver
You
bullets.
asked!
I know.
Come on, man.
Come on.
For those that can't see it, that was a 1.
But it wasn't a natural, so, you know.
You know what? You know what? You know what? I'll give you advantage because of what this item is.
I'm going to start calling a 1 an old reliable around here.
All the single
It wasn't that
digits,
one, you
all
would
the
have
single
rolled a fucking
digits, all the
zero.
single digits,
All the single digits, all the single digits.
Better.
That's a lot better.
That is 2 ones.
If you like it, then you should have put proficiency on it.
Okay. Yeah, you see a silver bullet and you recognize the make as being one from the marshals. But they don't their silver bullets were normally a little bit different.
Just kind of under his breath, he just kind of was like, where the hell did he get?
And this one looks specifically made for your revolver.
Hmm. Huh. Dustin will probably put that in some small pocket that he has somewhere, someplace that he knows exactly where it is.
Okay.
I'm assuming Uldren is kind of like already walked past and everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
I'm still like within
Kinda
10
like
feet,
it.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
you still know where I am, even though you can't see me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. As you approach the flame elves, they can't see you, but they can definitely smell you. So they're just going.
We just took a bath. Come on.
That doesn't
We
mean
just
you
took a
don't
trauma
have a
bath.
scent.
Yeah.
Especially to a
Can't
bunch.
wash your trauma off.
Yep. All right. So I assume you approach your cousin first.
Yeah.
All right. Remy like looks around. Like, I smell you, but I don't see you.
I'm on the other side.
What? What? Where are you?
Over here.
He's sneaky. You'll get used to it.
So, you
Are
wanted
there,
to?
are there any torches around, by chance? So I could,
Remy,
kind of
Remy
try and
actually,
control flames.
he cast light
Okay.
on his staff.
Fair.
So-
Okay, that's bright.
Ah, there you are. So, what can I do for you, cousin?
Well, I have two requests, really. One, if that's alright with you, I have a bit of a target to find.
I'm listening.
Someone, and I look back to Iliana before looking back to the elves, has caused us some trouble recently, and I managed to get a bit of their scent. If you could find him and bring him to me alive, tell me where he is.
Do you hand them the?
I will hand them the water skin. I will need my own sample, just in case.
Do I know who they're talking about?
Roll me insight at advantage. You think they're talking about Cindy Lou Who, but you're not sure.
Okay. Talking about Tomlin?
Yeah, Cinderella.
Oh, sorry, Synthorin.
Cindy Lauper.
If you really want to get to know him,
I wanna have fun.
just let me know. I've been hunting him for years.
Good. We'll definitely chat.
For long 100 of years. And I
Good.
look back over at Iliana. Yeah. A long time.
Friends?
Zetish is over there trying to do math. Like, wait a minute, how old was Synthorin again? And how old is Dorian? Or
Nivek just kind of leans over and goes, "He's old." but not as old as me. So
well,
yeah,
don't forget, Zetish,
Remy
you've
opens the
spent far too many years in the Feywild, so...
Remy opens the water skin, gives it a whiff, hands it down the line for the others to smell. And before handing it back to you.
Thank you.
Of course. And you had,
Now for
you had
my
mentioned...
second request.
Yes.
Yeah. I've heard tales. Ah, damn it, fuck Discord, piece. I heard tale of a certain ritual that I'm guessing you've all undergone.
You watch a bunch of looks exchanged between the four of them. Perhaps. But, some of us were just born like this. Like Anya, and points to the flame elf to his right.
I kind of step away after they're talking about this because of I know what they're talking about.
Okay. Anya turns to you. So, what do you... Why? It's not an easy thing. It's not a fun thing to go through. This isn't like, oh, I get new powers now. No. No. Fucking sucks. You sure you want to do this?
We need every advantage we can have in this fight. I've already paid a heavy cost so far. We all have.
You've risked enough. Are you sure this is worth it? You'd be a danger not only to yourself, but to others. We can
I
only
have
help you.
contingencies.
Okay. Well, there's a place not too far from here where we could do the ritual, though. There'll be some preparation involved beforehand, mentally and physically.
All right.
She kind of leans over, looks at the two on the far end, and she goes, Ash, Ember, you take him. Get him ready. Anya turns back to you. Do you have an anchor? Someone to tether you to this realm?
Well, apparently there's someone that I've known for a long time that I mostly don't remember, but there's someone else that I actually know and remember very well. And I turn to Iliana.
Good. Good. You'll need it. Amber, Ash, you get him ready. I'll start getting the site ready, and I'll meet you there tonight. She takes off, and Remy gives... Before he leaves, Remy turns and gives you a pat on the shoulder. It'll be okay, okay?
We've got this.
And he turns and leaves with Anya. And you watch as a tall, long-haired, long ginger beard flame elf and another stockier woman take you, and lead you away to start, like, basically getting you cleaned up. What are the rest of you doing while this is going on?
Drinking and eating and dancing. Telling Coda to go ahead and go take a nap and snap him out, put him back in the astral plane.
Okay. Bear!
I'm doing great sword tricks.
All right.
Swinging it around.
Roll me performance at advantage. Yeah. I mean, it's taken a little bit to get used to the balance of this particular sword, but I mean, these are motions that you've gone through hundreds and hundreds of times.
Mhm.
So, Arapsis, what are you doing while this is going on?
Attuning.
Okay.
Tim is mostly handing out snacks, but also entertaining. But if Arapsis is actually sitting right there, at a certain point, Tim's going to turn to and will say, I do truly appreciate all of you letting me come with you. In my hunt for my son, I had just about given up hope. And I'm starting to allow myself to feel hopeful again. I know you have a lot on your plates and a lot on your shoulders, but I hope to be of assistance in your mission. And again, just thank you for allowing me to be with you. If nothing else, hope is precious.
Do you think you haven't been useful in life?
Oh, I've had my uses, but it feels like it's a long time since I've been truly useful. These last few days have probably been the most interesting that I've had in a very long time. Not since I lost my son have I felt this. I'll be honest, I went to a dark place, and I did some pretty horrible things. And I was useless for a while. But I suppose that's the nature of despair, isn't it?
Well, I learned more than perhaps my fair share along the journey, but there's a thing about trauma. It tends to bind you. It weakens you.
Yes.
It hits you with a weapon and leaves you wounded. But in that time, you can choose to heal, or you can choose to carry a wound and pick up a weapon to try to angrily attack whoever's near you. Sometimes we all just need a little bit of time to heal. But
I did need my time, yes.
sometimes we also forget how to pick that weapon back up. Because before that wound, before that trauma, it sounds like you knew that you were capable. But the trauma has made you doubt that.
Yes.
So I'm glad that you can remember what you were before that.
And the other trick is to point that weapon at those things that have hurt you, or those things that you can fix, and not to lash out at everyone around you.
Well,
Someone told me once that trauma is bleeding on the people that did not hurt you.
it is. But someone else in my time taught me that if you don't heal, then the very people that hurt you can use that weapon against you.
Again and again and again.
But
Yes.
when you heal, you get to choose how that weapon is used.
Thank you, Arapsis. I appreciate you. And he reaches out a hand just to shake yours.
Rapsis will shake it back.
I really appreciate all of you. You are each very talented and very interesting people. And I hope this is the start of a long friendship.
Well, we're living in interesting times. So at the very least we could have is interesting company.
He throws his fingers up, air quotes. Yes, interesting. As in hellish. Interesting. Here, have some wine. I'll drink to that.
Zetish is gonna grab the bottle at that comment. Just start downing it.
And when you do, Tim will yell out, "Hail!" and raise his glass and down what he has.
We all have our coping mechanisms. Whatever brings us joy, it counts.
Tim's eyes brighten up and he says, "One of mine is cheese." And he goes back at hacking at this wheel of cheese.
Is Dustin partaking in any of this?
No, Dustin is hell-bent on trying to figure out a path on a map. Fastest way to get to several different locations.
Well, Dustin, if you hadn't noticed, one of the places that we had spoken about stopping on the way, I believe it's supposed to have one of your friends, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if I would want to be there first.
It's on the way. I understand that we truly wish that we could just simply appear at the other location, but unfortunately, that's not the way travel works. There's no fast travel system available to us.
I believe we tried that. It's called the Fae. And we see how well that worked out for us.
Yeah.
Don't try to look innocent, nerd.
You know what you did!
No, that's my impersonation of Dan.
Tim's now decided to pick up his pan flute again because he really likes the birds flying overhead. So he's now singing, "See your true color shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love. So don't be afraid to let them show." And that's probably the DMCA limit, so I have to stop.
Okay.
Look, Dustin, if you have a chance to try to save her, why not try to save them all? I know it's silly to have hope sometime, but maybe if you know that there's a possibility and they're right there, take the chance rather than regret it. Isn't that what Sasha taught you to begin with?
So here's what I'm worried about with that. I worry that if I go and I meet my friend in Sorrow's Bend, and I let him know that Sasha is back in Riversmeet, I think he would be even more pissed at me for not getting her first and then finding him.
Well, yes, and if we were on her side of the world, that would be a wonderful argument. If we had bypassed her to come to him, then yes. But unfortunately, we're right here. And he can be angry at you for a moment, but he'll get over it. And he'll help, if he's any kind of friend. So that's really the question. Are they a friend? Do you trust them?
I trust them. But my priority right now is Sasha.
And that is fine. Nothing that we are doing is to take away from getting to Sasha. None of that. But we cannot simply appear in Riversmeet. We are moving in as fast as a direction to her and hitting priorities along the way. The only reason that Guildglen Keep is a priority is, well, if we can end the Calypse, well, it helps everything.
Nivek speaks up. So you're going to speak with Denisovich?
Who?
Molvik Denisovich? You said you were going to Guildglen Keep.
Aye, we are. As soon as we're done here.
Dorian, you know how to deal with him.
Yep.
Good.
Oh, wonderful. A name. All I know is that there's a book there, and that I'm going to find it, and, well, if they don't give it to me, potentially beat the person who has it until they wish to give it to me.
He might not have the book, though.
Well,
Yeah,
he's supposed to have a copy of the book, not the book itself.
I
Or a memory.
I wouldn't exactly call it a copy, as it resides entirely in his head. The man
That
has
does
an
put a
eidetic
damper.
memory, you see.
That does put a damper on beating him senseless.
So quick, we send him a message. Write this down for us. No. We'll be there in a couple days. No.
The man has never left the keep. He has never wandered beyond its walls.
Why?
I'm not entirely sure.
Have you seen the outside world?
Yes, but I don't imagine that he's like 20 years old.
No, he's for a human several hundred years old.
Well, see? That's much longer than all of this. That's a rather shut-in sort of lifestyle beyond just an eclipse. That's not like, oh, I'm going to sit this one out. That's, I like the inside world, and the outside scares me.
But he's human.
Yes.
Well, that can't be true.
We'll look over to Dustin. I didn't think that was possible for you.
See?
He does
Well,
he has had an
shouldn't be.
unusually long lifespan for a human, but he is human.
The reason why he doesn't leave is tied to where he stays.
Most likely.
Ah. A lich.
A what?
I don't know, just undead. It all speaks of undead. There's no human that lives that long.
He's certainly not undead.
That's what they all said.
Tim says, where? I'll scratch it. Oh, you said lich, not itch. Okay.
A what?
An itch.
Ah.
I'll scratch it. Oh, no.
Well, all I'm saying is that this sounds peculiar. Something either artificially empowering a life magically of some sort, or something that, I don't know, has the ability to give that sort of thing. Perhaps, at the very least, we can find out if this is a clue as to whether Dustin will have to worry about that sort of thing.
Well, if your friend, and gestures to Dustin, needs to go anywhere, I can certainly send him wherever he needs to go.
I'm sorry.
If time is of the essence, I can just send him through a tree.
I'm sorry, what?
I can send you through a tree.
Through a tree. Okay.
Oh, it's fun as hell.
So, I just so you know that phrase usually means something completely different where I come from. Usually, sending somebody through a tree usually means that you're going to force them through said tree.
There's usually bloody noses involved.
No.
Yeah.
No. You transport through the tree.
Oh, it's magic.
So,
That makes more sense.
Yes.
So, hold on then for a moment. Can you put us all at Guildglen Keep?
Well, yes.
All right, Dustin, you win. I guess we're skipping your friend.
Mm-hmm.
We can get directly to Guildglen Keep, and then we can sail the bay directly into Riversmeet. Less timey-wimey, what do you say, yes?
Do we need to go back to the big map?
You can also use in the Discord the Efferia World Info channel.
Yeah.
It's like
Sorry,
right
I'm
there. That's what I'm continuously referencing.
I'm glad I played
Yeah.
there.
That's why, trust me, I don't have all these names memorized. Agatha, you are being so adorable. Oh my god. Yeah.
Kitty!
The mic isn't picking her up, but literally when I said that, she went, no biting. No. You're getting overstimulated. There you
Yeah,
go.
Coda, quit biting people.
There you
Coda's
go.
not there.
I know, I'm just giving you shit. Alright, meanwhile, Uldren, you have been washed, healed, and stripped down to the waist. So, still wearing pants, but you have been painted with various runes all down your arms and chest and back. Ember and Ash take care of you and eventually transport you all to a ritual site.
Is this the ritual I think it is?
Yes, it is.
I leave.
All right.
I do not want to be a part of this.
Okay. You You get taken up to the top of a hill, and there is a ritual circle prepared by Anya. Oh, apparently I didn't change all the art on this one. Hold on. Let me get the right tokens out.
I thought something looked different.
Yep. Nope, that was
A
me.
little bit.
I was
This
going to say,
looks
one
like
of them
the
was a little less
inverse of the map that you were on in my game, Grim.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Okay. There we go. All right. Now we got them all. Okay. So they get you ready. However, just before you're about to get started, a couple of the Oaken Sentinels, the guards that you had seen before, come up and approach Nivek and Uldren. With your passive perception, you hear the term vampire come up. Specifically vampires. And lots of them. They leave, and Nivek turns to the rest of you and goes, "We may have to rush this. It seems our borders have been breached. The wards are officially down. I don't know how much time we have, but there is a horde approaching."
You do what you're going to do.
Audacity on Zetish.
We'll take care of this part.
Thought you'd never ask.
All right. The air crackles with frantic energy as the flame elves hastily gather around Uldren and Iliana. The looming threat of the vampire attack casting long shadows over the normally serene forest. Anya, her brow furrowed with concern, barks orders, her voice sharp, a sharp counterpoint to the rustling leaves and whispering wind. Uldren, you're stripped to the waist, your skin glittering with sweat and painted with hastily applied ritualistic symbols. Kneel in the center of the ritual circle. Your eyes meet Iliana's, her expression a mask of worry, but her hand steady, just holding yours. The flame elves, their faces etched with a mixture of apprehension and resolve, form a protective kind of circle around the rest of you. So Arapsis and Zetish, I'm going to move you temporarily. All right, elves. Anya, her voice amplified by the urgency of the situation, pushes the ritual forward, her words tumbling over each other in a rapid-fire incantation. You watch as the lights in the ritual circle begins to glow in response. The air thrums with raw power and a chaotic blend of primal magic and that of the moon. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Aldrin.
Okay. As that happens, I will look away from Iliana for a moment and look at Dustin and give him a nod. And
Have we rested since the other day?
Yes. Sorry.
I'm like,
Yes.
That's not a
real
great start.
quick.
Yep.
Because I'm like, man, I am out of like all spell slots.
All right, Aldrin, you double over in pain as your body starts to convulse and your muscles ripple and spasm as the ritual begins. A guttural growl tears from your throat and your eyes snap open. You are unsure what exactly is happening, but something doesn't feel quite right.
Mm.
You hear among the incantations mentions of Lunara and the moon, and references to Araneth, who was the first werewolf. A chance calling the Moonwalker. Iliana tightens her grip on your hand, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Come on. Come on. Okay,
Okay.
that's better.
All right. The chanting of the flame elves reach a fever pitch, their voices blending with the crackling flame, or with the crackling of the circle and the howling wind. The forest itself seems to almost hold its breath. Arapsis, you notice in the distance. Hold on. I have to zoom way out for this.
Oh.
Figures approaching. And moving quickly. Do you stay where you are? You are significantly outnumbered.
Well, the thing they would end up doing is spike growthing.
All right, where are you throwing it?
Outnumbered doesn't necessarily matter because we're just holding off for a certain period of time.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I'm going to put it in. Well, that is not where I wanted to put it. In front of me.
Okay. All right. Uldren, make me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Come on. That's not good.
No,
That's not good at all.
You feel yourself starting to slip away and something else start to take over. Almost like losing yourself to the power.
I will think back on what Arabsis said, if I can at this moment, and try and like in my mind, like mentally call out to Lunara.
Okay.
And I'll call out and try and reach out and.
All right, roll me a wisdom check at advantage.
Okay. That's not great. It's not bad. It's not great. Yeah, I'll try and say I don't know. I know you might not be able to hear me right now, but I'm trying to do this so I can help. So I can help people out here, so I can help you. Help me help you.
You watch as a figure starts to take form in your mind. She looks tired, haggard. And looks up to you. Or basically, like in your mind, makes eye contact. And then reaches forward and shoves you. And you come back to the present, and with a final earth-shattering roar, your skin splits and fur starts to emerge, and feel free to describe the rest of your transformation, Uldren.
Yeah, with the skin like ripping and the fur like basically growing out. It's like I feel like there's like the sound of like bones snapping and like extending, and just like the sound like of a tightness with like the muscles being pulled and reshaped as well, and like his ears are already pointed because elf kind of point even further and grow longer, and like his just his jaw extends forward, and he's just like half kneeling, half crouched at this point on the ground, like full on mix of like Werewolf of London and like all the werewolf transformations you can think of, kind of thing, and just like just growls. You're muted.
It is about this point, as you come to, that you realize that Iliana is screaming and writhing on the ground. And you notice that she is going through a similar transformation. However, slightly different. White fur starts to emerge as she crouches, and the bones start to shift and reshape into more of a fox. Similar in size to you, just a little different. And Anya looks at her and goes, "Well, that wasn't supposed to happen." Shit. And Uldren, it is at this time that you look around you and see the hundreds of red eyes glowing in the dark. Nivek turns to you all and goes, "It is..." Now I've forgotten what Nivek's voice sounds like. "It is time. The tree!" And she, you watch as she stabs her staff into the ground, and the tree behind her starts to open up. "Quickly! All of you! Quickly!" Do you go?
First, Tim is going to pick a spot over here-ish. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's going to pick a spot here. And he is going to cast...
I couldn't see where you were pinging, I'm sorry.
all the way to the right.
Okay.
It's a 60-foot sphere.
Oh, okay.
Way over there. He casts... Where the heck is it? I just had it. Maddening Darkness.
Nah, we'll say about those guys. All right.
60-foot radius. They must succeed at a wisdom saving throw.
They fail.
They are absolutely blind. No magical vision. No magical will go through it. They take 28 damage then psychic.
All right. You hear as a bunch of them scream. And it's just this ear-splitting, just unnatural sound. Okay, so it's
He
that big of a it's that big of a sphere I can't drop.
It's that big of a sphere, yes. He does that. Then, as that was an action, right? Yes, that's an action. As a bonus,
There we go. We'll do that.
no, I'll save it. But I wanted to get as many of them for these kind
Yeah.
folk as I could. He will follow the group at that point.
All right.
Zetish, daylight.
Zetish working on that, actually. Alright, so 60-foot radius sphere. You ain't gotta tell me I'm working on it.
Well, here,
This
just
is one of those encounters we're designed to run from, and instead we're just gonna fight it all.
yep.
We were like,
Look,
hey,
we're gonna run.
all these targets?
Yeah. Look, they're all clustered together. It's perfect.
So, help me out here, visualization
Look.
things. It's from a point that's within my range. So, is like walking distance within my range?
What is the range
Type
of
of
the
thing.
spell?
60 feet.
Then it's within 60 feet.
Okay. And it's a 60 feet sphere. Okay.
60-foot sphere.
So-
60-foot diameter or radius?
It's a circle. It shows a circle.
I assume that's a radius.
Usually is radius.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll say you get a good chunk of them. However, Navek is pointing at the tree going, I can't hold this much longer, get the fuck out.
Casting daylight on as many of them fuckers as I can get to, and then I'm bolting into the tree.
Alright.
Arapsis is never going to be the first one in, so.
Yeah.
And I'm grabbing Arapsis by the collar.
Ugh.
Alright.
What's going to be the last one?
Remy and Anya are gonna grab Iliana and Uldren and kind of like pick them up and shove them through.
I was gonna say that Uldren was gonna grab Iliana and literally like dash and bonus action dash through the fucking.
That's
portal.
fine too. That works. Dustin, you
Like,
running?
Uldren is there, and then. I'm so fast that I knocked my fucking headset off.
Dustin, you running?
Before he moves, he's going to look at Navek and just with panic just say, "Are you able to do that again?"
Yes.
Send me somewhere else.
Where?
Send me to Riversmeet.
You watch as the tree closes behind the rest of your party, and she stabs the staff into the ground again, and it opens back up, and you see a familiar landscape on the other side.
He dives through.
All right.
Thank you.
And that is where we will pick up next time. Is with you guys arriving outside of a large keep. And Dustin's in Riversmeet.
And I'm nowhere to be found.
That's why I was just doing this. I was like,
Yeah.
Not again.
Damn it.
God damn it, Dorian! Dorian
Sorry, I won't be part of the ritual.
That's
My
fair.
character would not be part of that ritual.
Nope, that's fine. We'll say that you went with that Navek would have sent you to Guildglen Keep as well. But yeah.
I was directing all my sentinels as this was happening.
Yes.
There we go.
See?
You were doing
See?
your job. I am so proud of you.
I'm just counting the dead vampires here. Like 1, 2.
A lot. A lot.
Which I
And then
love
over
the
here,
fact that, like, you know, Anya was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? You're going to be a danger to others." Uldren is like, "I have contingencies. The contingency is now 500 miles north."
You didn't really know.
There's a freshly turned Uldren and Iliana.
What could
Yep.
go wrong? This is fine.
Yeah.
Fine, it's fine. This is fine.
I mean, you know, sometimes you have to trust the person you give the contingency to.
Yep.
Yep.
And we'll end it with Dustin walking towards a cave on the side of a cliff in the middle of a river.
Down by the river.
Down by the river. All right.
Oh boy.